Did you know, there is a boxer who started his career with criminal records? An orphan who went to become a billionaire. An author who was rejected 12 times before her books got published. Hi, and welcome. Let's find out these amazing, rags to riches stories. Leonardo Del Vecchio, founder and chairman of Luxottica, the parent company of Ray-Ban. He was Italy's second richest man at the time of his death on June 27, 2022, at the age of 87, with an estimate wealth of $24.1 billion. He was born on May 22, 1935 in Milan, Italy, to an impoverished family. His father was a street vendor of vegetables, who died before his birth, and his mother already had 4 other children. She struggled to make ends meet, so she requested a Milanese orphanage to look after him. He left the orphanage at the age of 14, and began his career as an apprentice to a tool and die maker in Milan. His first paycheck as an apprentice was 300 lire, about 15 euro cents, for 10 days of hard work. He used his metalworking skills to develop spectacles and in 1961 founded the company Luxottica. He reformed the spectacle industry, turning it not only for medical uses, but a fashion accessory, striking licensing deals with popular fashion brands like Chanel, Prada, and Armani. In 1999, he purchased Ray-Ban for $640 million along with several other companies. From spending his childhood in an orphanage to building an empire worth billions of dollars, late businessman and owner of Ray-Ban Company, Leonardo Del Vecchio, was one of the most influential figures in Italian finance, transforming the spectacles from a necessity to a fashion accessories. Lawrence Joseph Ellison, also known as Larry Ellison, is an American business magnate and investor who is the co-founder, executive chairman, chief technology officer, CTO, and former CEO of Oracle Corporation. Larry Ellison was born in New York City to an unwed Jewish mother. His father was an Italian-American U.S. Air Force pilot. Ellison contracted pneumonia when he was 9 months old, and his mother gave him to her aunt and uncle for adoption. His adoptive mother was warm and loving, while his adoptive father was unsupportive and distant. He was a bright but inattentive student. He left the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign after his second year, without taking his final exams because his adoptive mother had just died. Later, he attended the University of Chicago for 1 term, where he first encountered computer design. In 1966, aged 22, he moved to Northern California. In 1977, he founded Software Development Laboratories, SDL, with 2 partners and an investment of $2,000. In 1982, the company became Oracle Systems Corporation after its flagship product, the Oracle Database. Currently, Ellison owns stakes in Salesforce.com, NetSuite, Cork Biotechnology Incorporated, and Astex Pharmaceuticals. In September 2011, Ellison was listed on the Forbes list of billionaires as the 5th richest man in the world. At the time of this video, Ellison was ranked as the 6th richest man in the world with a net worth of $98.4 billion. Born on February 17, 1991, in Halifax, West Yorkshire, England. Edward Christopher Sheeran, famously known as Ed Sheeran, is the winner of 4 Grammy Awards. He is a popular English singer, songwriter, and an actor. His father worked as an art curator at Cartwright Hall, and his mother worked at Manchester City Art Gallery. He was interested in music from a very young age, and he started performing, sang at the local church choir at 4 years old, and learned how to play the guitar at age 11. He had a rough time as a kid in school. He was bullied for his looks, and the fact that he was bad at sports. He moved to London to make a mark for himself, but he struggled for 2.5 years, homeless, desperate, and sometimes had to sleep outside Buckingham Palace. He took a bold step and moved to LA. Soon after years of struggle, his hard work paid off, when he was spotted by Jamie Foxx's manager, who introduced him to the actor. Jamie Foxx was so impressed with him that he gave him a place to stay and offered his studio to record his music. In 2011, Ed Sheeran released his debut album. This album topped the UK and Australian charts and reached number 5 in the US. As of now, he has sold 150 million records worldwide, making him one of the best-selling music artists in history. Billboard ranked him as the 84th greatest artist of all time and 87th on Greatest of All Time Hot 100 Artists list. J.K. Rowling is the author of the wildly popular Harry Potter series, with more than 450 million copies sold globally. Born on July 31, 1965, Gloucestershire, England. Today, almost every teenager or adult knows her or her fictional character, Harry Potter. She had a good education as a child, though as a student she was spurned by Oxford, studying instead at Exeter University. She finished her bachelor's degree in French, although she aspired to be a writer. She got the inspiration to write Harry Potter whilst waiting on a train which was delayed for 4 hours. At the moment she did not have a pen and paper to write down. Her imagination went on exploring the characters that came to her mind before going to her apartment to write it down. She was rejected 12 times by the publishers before Harry Potter gained acceptance. It took her 17 years to write the last novel in the series. In a 2013 interview, she said, "I remember 20 years ago, not eating so my daughter would eat," she said. "I remember nights when there was literally no money." Being a single mom and struggling with basic needs, she did not stop and endured the struggle. Those days are long past. Now a philanthropist, she enjoys giving back, and in 2012 she gave as much as 160 million. In January 2022, she was estimated at around 1.1 billion. Michael Gerard Tyson is an American former professional boxer who is also known by the name Iron Mike and Kid Dynamite in his early career, and the baddest man on the planet later. He competed from 1985 to 2005. He reigned as the undisputed world heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990. Mike Tyson was born in Brooklyn, New York on June 30, 1966. He had an older brother and a sister. He had a tough time as a kid, often bullied in school because of his high-pitched voice and lisp. According to an interview, his first fight was with a boy who was bigger than him because he had pulled the head off one of his pigeons. The neighborhood he was raised had a high crime rate, and he was repeatedly caught committing petty crimes and fights. By the age of 13, he had been arrested 38 times. His mother passed away when he was only 16 years old. Orphaned, a dropout, and with multiple crime records against him. Life was not easy for young Mike Tyson. Eventually, his boxing ability was discovered by Bobby Stewart, a juvenile detention center counselor and former boxer. Stewart considered Tyson to be an outstanding fighter and trained him for a few months before introducing him to Cus D'Amato. As an amateur boxer, Tyson competed in the Junior Olympics and won gold medals in 1981 and 1982. He made his professional debut as an 18-year-old on March 6, 1985, in Albany, New York, and defeated Hector Mercedes via first-round technical knockout. He went on to become the world undisputed champion in 1987. His eventful career includes 50 wins and 6 losses with 44 knockouts. His current net worth is around $10 million. Thank you for watching.